Sergino Dest to Bayern is looking more and more likely every single day. Let's get right into it. Welcome to Talking Bayern, the one-stop shop for Bayern Munich content on YouTube. Today we'll be discussing the possible transfer of Sergino Dest to Bayern Munich. So just some background on Dest. He is a 21-year-old right back who plays for FC Barcelona at the moment. He's a decent player with fair defensive abilities, but strong pace and some definitely favorable offensive attributes. He's definitely not a defensive first player, but still he is obviously young and has room to grow in that way. He is an Ajax product and he came from the Ajax Academy for many years before leaving for Barcelona in 2020. And originally Bayern was one of the teams interested in the summer of 2020 in Dest. Of course, he picked Barcelona over Bayern, even though Bayern had significant interest, so obviously that didn't happen. We ended up picking up Sarr instead, which obviously, unfortunately, we picked up Sarr instead. I was definitely disappointed at the time to pick up Sarr over Dest, and obviously we might still get Dest in the end, so it might work out. So Dest expressed interest in joining Bayern during the Champions League group stage as Bayern played Barcelona. Obviously, Dest wants out of Barcelona, and Bayern are reportedly at least the leading candidates. Then Wednesday, a respected Spanish reporter, Gerardo Romero, said that Dest is getting closer to Bayern. He said that there's an agreement with Bayern, and it's currently being discussed whether the deal would be a loan or permanent transfer. Either way, the player's on his way out of Barcelona. So, according to this reporter, it sounds like he's on his way out of Barcelona regardless, but it sounds like Bayern are the leading candidates. And then, according to latest reports on Thursday from Bild's Toby Altschaffel, there's currently neither an offer nor an inquiry from Bayern for Sergino Dest. And the last time that Bayern asked Barca about the American was 6 weeks ago. In general, the club sees Dest as a player that fits into the profile they want, but they haven't made an inquiry or offer. So, definitely getting kind of mixed opinions here. Obviously, some people are saying that there is an offer. Some people are saying that we're leading candidates. The only clear thing is that we are, of course, interested in Dest, and that Dest is interested in us. But it's not clear whether there's been an actual inquiry and offer yet. But it sounds like we are getting close to something potentially. So how much would he cost? Well, Dest is currently valued at about 30 million euros. But his value has consistently risen over the last 2 years. I think he was only like 650,000 back in 2019. So obviously he's risen quite a bit, and he could still get around to 50 million probably. He's contracted until 2025 at Barcelona, so Barcelona shouldn't be desperate to sell him at his low fee. However, Dest is really trying to get out, and sounds like he's really trying to fight his way out of Barcelona, which could reduce his cost. There has been very little details about his cost, but I can see him being sold for about 20 to 30 million. Barca paid about 20 million in 2020. He hasn't really, elevated his game really since then, so I can see him being sold for the same thing. Although he's not been good at Barcelona, he still is considered to have strong potential, so this could be a really good investment for us. Obviously, he's not very expensive, and he could end up as a pretty solid wing back for us. I wouldn't say in the Davies level, but he's definitely could be a little bit of the baby Davies, I guess. So where would he play for us? He would play at right back or right wing back. He's obviously versatile, and he could play left back or right winger as well if needed, which is a very good thing for us. I think that's a great thing we should be looking for, players that are versatile, and obviously he does fit into that profile. Important question to ask ourselves is he better than what we already have? This one might be one of the hardest ones I've had to answer because it's really hard to say because Pavard has been stepping it up as of recently. Obviously, he was awful early in the season, but honestly, based on his last 5 performances, I would say no. I'd say Pavard is better than him, but obviously, it's just so hard to say because Pavard has always struggled with consistency. He had a good year 2 years ago, but then, last season was really rocky, and this season hasn't been any better. So, I still have faith in Pavard. I want to believe that he, could be a right back, but honestly, I think Dest might just work better in our system with Nagelsmann. Obviously, he prefers a 3-back. We saw that at Leipzig, and honestly, he could use him on the right wing back position, and I think it could work out really, really well. Whether or not he's better than Pavard straight up, who knows, but maybe Nagelsmann could find a better use for him. So just some stats on the American. He has 3 goals and 4 assists in 57 appearances for Barcelona over the past 2 seasons, which is actually quite insignificant compared to the other offensive fullbacks in the world, such as Davies and Theo Hernandez. I mean, I know Theo Hernandez is obviously one of the best fullbacks in the world right now, but he's getting like 0.35 contributions per game, and Dest is getting like 0.11, so definitely a very big difference there. And honestly, considering Dest is probably the worst defender of those names, you'd hope for higher numbers from the American. So reasons why I like or dislike this transfer. He has the potential to really shine at Bayern, as I said. I think that under Nagelsmann, he could really help solidify our defense. Just in the 5-back, obviously he's not a better defender than we already have, but he's definitely, a better attacker than Pavard. He could really help out our backline if we switch to that 5-back. Definitely at least add other options for us. And I think if we could move Dest on the wing, he could do really well for us. Obviously, he's only 21. He's still very young. Lots of potential here. However, he is known to have attitude issues, and there's no room for players like that at Bayern. I don't want kind of somebody that's going to be kind of a bad person in the locker room. I don't think there's room for players like that at any club, especially Bayern. I'd say that attitude issues really concern me because we really need to hit a home run here with our next right back. Obviously, Sarr was a poor transfer. Pavard hasn't really quite worked out as we wanted. I know He says he can play center back as well. We don't really ever use him there, but I don't know. I think we really need to hit a home run here. I'm not sure that he would be. So just a summary here. He has attitude issues. I'm not sure if he's a perfect fit. However, I think Nagelsmann playing back three, and if he makes a signing, would allow him to do so. And obviously, he's still unproven, especially defensively. So there's definitely a level of risk here. However, I think if we can get him for 20 million euros, I think this is a risk worth taking. Anything more than like 25 or 30 million euros, I think that I start to have some serious doubts here. But if we can get him cheap, I think this would be a great signing for us. But the higher we go up in transfer fees, the more risk we have, especially because attitude issues and a little unproven still. So I don't know. I'm interested to see what everyone else thinks. Let me know in the comments below, because this is definitely one that there's a lot of debate about. Do you think Pavard is better than Dest? Who do you think would play better Bayern? And do you think this would be a good transfer for us? So hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like and a comment. And if you want to see more Bayern Munich content like this in the future, please subscribe to this channel. Hope to see you on the next one. Until then, mia san mia.